Welcome to Potion Permit, a game where we brew potions, heal townsfolks, and explore the mysterious lands of Moonberry Island. So join me as I build relationships with the townsfolk, create a reputable clinic, and fix the mess left behind by the last chemist. So let's begin. Our story begins riding a train towards a town called Moonberry. And this is me with my lovely dog, Pochi. Anyways, we met this guy, Nestor. He is explaining to us that we're going to be a representative for the medical association in Moonberry Island. He also introduced his two colleagues, Moira and Colin. Also, he told me that he already explained to the mayor that I'm the new chemist in town. So here we are on our new life at Moonberry Island. So we gave our greetings to Mayor, the mayor of this town, and his wife, Marielle. After greeting each other, they then led me to the tavern, where a lot of the town folks are hanging around right now. So the mayor introduced me to everyone here. The previous chemist who was at this town did something bad for these people to hate them, so I'm not gonna be that welcome here. How dare this guy spew these words? What the heck? I'll prove him wrong someday. Anyways, the mayor then introduced us to our humble abode. It doesn't really look great and there are broken parts as well, but this is going to be our home. So this is when our day officially starts in Moonberry. As you can see, my house doesn't really have a lot of things and most of the stuff here are broken. Anyways, the mayor then paid me a visit, introducing me to Xiao and also telling me to go to the forest where a ranger is waiting for me. I of course headed over to where the arrow is pointing on my minimap. And upon arriving, I met this dude called Forest in the forest. He then gave me a couple of tools to get started on the game as his welcome gift. I had 3 tools on my disposal. I have an axe, a scythe, and a hammer. Using the hammer, I can smash rocks. And for my weapon of choice on fighting monsters, I usually use the scythe as it has a lot of attack speed compared to the axe and the hammer. Also, the scythe is used to harvest things like herbs and plants. Alright, so the plan for today is to gather some basil, jasmine, and daisy. It's one of my first tasks here in Moonberry. And just look at this tree. My rusty axe isn't really doing that much damage to it, but it seems we can upgrade our tools later on in this game once we collected enough material and maybe talk to the blacksmith to see what we need. And look, I found myself a blue bear. He looks pretty tough, but if I can dodge all his attacks, then I don't think he will kill us. Weird, there's 2 of them, but yeah, as I said, I can just easily dodge his attacks and I won't die at all from this bear. Only took like a few hits to kill the bear, so yeah, that's cool. There is also this thing called a fast travel point. So whenever you activate a flag looking thingy, you can teleport to another flag looking thingy. So with this, we can instantly teleport to our house. So this is amazing. This saves so much time. And since I ran out of energy, and yes, stamina is a thing in this game, so it was now time to sleep so we can continue harvesting some herbs tomorrow. Okay, so this time I won't distract myself from the other herbs or other materials. I should just focus on my quest, and once I've gathered all the materials on the quest, then I will focus on the random stuff that I can see. I still have to deal with the monsters though, or else they will attack me. Not really sure what this thing is, but let's find out. Also, this is the basil that we need to look for. Nice. We just need 2 more and we're done with this. I think this is it, guys. I think this is the jasmine that we were looking for. And let's go. I was right. We just need 2 more. After collecting everything, I then went to the ranger and submitted all the herbs. He said I did a good job, and now that I have finished that task, he has a new one for me. What? Well, it's only to find Xiao. He's waiting for me at the town hall. The game was nice enough to tell me the location of the town hall by pointing it on the minimap, and now we have arrived at the town hall. I then spoke with Xiao right here. He introduced me to one of the blacksmiths in town called Runeheart. Xiao introduced me to her because she needed to fix my potion machine or the potion maker machine. And with this, we can now start crafting potions in order to help people who are sick. Currently, these are the only potions that I can craft right now. And upon trying it out, I don't really need the exact items to make a potion. I just need like items with the right puzzle pieces in order to craft a potion. And once I have all the items I needed, I then crafted myself my very first potion. So it is a wound cleanser. I had to make this and a neutralizing herbal balm. It's part of my quest that I need to do. Alright, so I had enough ingredients to make this. So now all we need to do is give it to Shao. On day 4, the mayor then introduced me to an empty clinic. So this place is where we're gonna have our patients to help. And it seems like our first patient would be the mayor's daughter. She's currently sick and the witch doctor that's living in this place doesn't really know how to cure her. So this guy was called Mateo and he really dislikes chemists like me. Okay, back to the patient. Mateo said he tried everything he could do, but he couldn't figure out how to help the patient right here. How you treat patients here is basically detect where they are feeling ill, and then you'll have a mini game. I was pretty rusty, so I didn't really do that great. But anyways, once you complete this, you will know what kind of sickness the patient has. And after I figured out how to cure her, Mateo was against using a natural drug, he said. But the mayor said otherwise. He just wanted to see his daughter be healthy. I then crafted a potion that was needed in order to cure the patient. And surely enough, after applying the moon brine, I have cured the patient. Our patient was then thankful for us for helping her, so now she can go back to her family. Mateus was so shocked to find out that I have cured the patient, and both the mayor and his wife are very happy to see that their daughter is now healed. He still doesn't believe what we gave her was a cure. He is still suspicious of us. What the heck, Mateo? I guess there must be a reason why this guy is so angry with chemists or people from the capital. Anyways, he skedaddled out of here after the debate. I then explored the town for a bit as I was very curious on what was available at the moment. Seems like I can get in and out of houses fairly easily. I don't know why. But yeah, let's refrain from doing this. I also talked to a bunch of people in town so I can start building relationships with them. After that, I went back to the forest and gathered materials again. In case someone gets sick, we will have the materials to make potions. One good thing here is everything respawns every day, so we don't lose on the materials we will be needing. I totally remember that the game told me about decorating my room, so I have this rag carpet. I'm so poor. I also have this broken sofa that I can sit and chill in. Well, we start poor, okay? We will eventually get rich. Anyways, the next day, Xiao then paid me a visit because some people from the medical association wanted to talk to me. They were honestly just amazed how I was able to cure the mayor's daughter, and also the mayor just wanted to tell them that they really appreciate having a chemist in the town. After the people from the medical association left, the mayor then told me that I should introduce myself to everyone in town because they don't really view chemists in such a good light. And so I went around town and talking to random people. Each of them had their own role, and the more you talk to someone, the more your relationship with them increases. And as it levels up, the establishment that they handle will also level up. Once that quest was done, I then got myself an approval badge 1. With this approval badge, we can now access areas we haven't been able to before. And so with everything done, I explored the forest again, and because we have the approval badge 1, we had a little cutscene here with Forest and Bubble about a certain landslide that's blocking the road. Anyways, they told me if I can gather the materials and a fishing net, we can fix this and I'll be able to gather materials on the other side of this area. I decided to look for the fishing net tomorrow. For now, I just focus on gathering materials. The next day, Mayor and Rainer, the carpenter of this town, then paid me a visit. The mayor said he had installed something important to the clinic. He basically installed an alarm that will sound whenever there's a patient inside. So I'll be alerted that there's someone inside. Honestly, that's pretty neat, so I don't need to keep looking inside the clinic if there's a patient or not. I then went to a bar where they were talking about a certain fishing net. So yeah, it was good to know about this because I needed a fishing net of my own. So I went to this place where there was like a boat that serves like a house or a shop. And I believe this guy right here will be the one that will provide us with a fishing net. And so I went inside the store and asked for a sturdy fishing net, but she said that they were out, but maybe someone or the one that made them has some extra. And so I talked to Otmar right here, who was the one responsible for making the nets. But he said he would only give it to me if I trade it for something, and he was looking for some honey for the beach cafe. Aside from honey, he wanted some basil and mushrooms as well, so I had to explore around and forage some basils and mushrooms. And after gathering everything, I then talked to Otmar again and gave him all the materials he wanted. So the honey, the basil, and the mushroom. He then invited me to his room, grabbed his fishing net, and gave it to me. So now we have the sturdy fishing net we need in order to clear the landslide. The next day, I checked whatever I needed in order to clear the landslide, and oh my god, I needed like 1,500 coins, a lot of wood and stones, so it's gonna take a while. And so I continued my daily resource gathering chore. I also discovered where the smithy was today, and it seems like I can upgrade my weapons here, but as you can see, the gold needed is a lot. Oh my god, I need to find something that would give me gold. And so the next day, I waited for the town hall to open because I know there's a community board here that would give out quests and requests so we can earn some gold. Upon entering the building, I then had an encounter with the postman right here. So he introduced me something called a part-time jobs where I can help them out on their job and I will earn some money, and the cost is only my time. I just needed to interact one of these things and I will be able to do some part-time work in order for 2 hours in game. Next up, Xiao and Mayor then introduced me to the community board I was talking about where I can get requests in order to earn some gold. I of course accepted everything because I was poor and in need of money in order to upgrade my stuff. Also, for the part-time job, it's just a minigame where you just have to follow around the arrows like this, and afterwards you will earn about 150 gold coins. I mean 125. Well, that's good enough. That would get us to 1,500 soon enough. Also, upon going to the beach and speaking with Liano, she then gave me a fishing rod. Fishing in this game is pretty simple. You just cast the fishing rod, wait for the fish to bite, then you will play a minigame where you can pull, and once the fish is pulling, you should release yourself or else the string will break. And once you're tired, you continue pulling and just be patient again, and then continue pulling until the fish is tired already. And here we go, we now have some anchovies, which is equivalent to white meat in this game, which I need like 2 pieces in order to put in the delivery box. This is one of my community quests and this will give me some money. So yeah, it's worth doing. It's fairly easy. Just 2 pieces of fish and I got myself 100 gold. And since I still had a lot of stamina to consume for the day, I decided to go to the forest and collect materials. The next day, I see 3 people in the clinic. Forest, Bubble, and a patient. I wasn't sure who this guy was until I inspect him. So the patient for today was Luck, and he said his left palm is feeling weird. So I inspected the area. Here we have another minigame again in order to inspect the patient properly. So I guess the illness he has is itchiness, and we just need something like the neutralizing herbal balm. So yeah, I'll be making that and cure the patient. With a lot of materials on my inventory, this was pretty simple because I've been grinding a lot at the forest. I made a lot of it because I wanted to unlock the recipe. So how the recipe works is if you put in all the materials, you can actually save it. So next time you don't need to manually put everything one by one, you can just use the recipe function and it will bring all the items that you need in order to craft it. As I was heading out back to the clinic, Martha then paid me a visit and gave me some moon cloves. So what moon cloves are these things are the items needed in order to gift like a villager. And gifting someone would increase your relationship with them faster than just talking to them. So giving moon cloves is very good. And you can only get this if you're doing, I think, community quests as well as healing patients in the clinic. Anyway, with the potion in hand, I then treated Luck. And the treatment is completed and I got some gold from doing this. About 180 pieces of gold, which is pretty nice, and also a moon clove. For today, I decided to pay the police department a visit, and this is where I met their chief, Osman. Just upon entering the place, I was already given the option to do a part-time job, which is what I needed right now because I needed some gold. And so I happily obliged. So this one was pretty simple as well. Just sort the bottles. The brown one goes to the left side and the glass one goes to the right side. So I had a hard time figuring this out from the start, even though it was so simple. But anyways, yeah, simple, right? And same with the other part-time job, it gave like 125 pieces of gold coin. And now that I was done with my part-time shenanigans, it was time to go back and gather some wood and stone again. And with enough material and money, it was now time to fix the landslide. With the ranger's help, we now had cleared the path and we can now move to the next area of interest. There was a new type of monster here. There was this armadillo which had an icon of like an armor on its face. And so the only way we can damage this thing is if we use a hammer and break their armor. And once it's broken, they're vulnerable to attacks. There were also new types of herbs, rocks, and trees here, which were pretty dang tanky. Let's look at this. It takes like a lot of hits to destroy this one rock. So we really need that upgrade on our tools so we have an easier time gathering resources here. Also, there was a brown bear here as well as like this cow with like a scary looking face. I think it's more like a buffalo than a cow. My bad on this one. The next day, we had a new patient called Victor. His left palm was weird. I easily took care of it with the neutralizing balm that I have already made the previous days. Afterwards, I just talked to random people and gave them gifts with the moon cloves that I have. So how friendship works in this game is you need to talk to them a lot, and also you can give them gifts in order to hasten the process. So one of my quests is called the kind-hearted chemist, which I need to befriend like 3 villagers. And once you have successfully maxed their bar, you just need to wait for an event to happen, and that will increase your relationship with them. Anyways, we're poor, so yeah, part-time job for us. After all my shenanigans in town, like talking to NPCs and part-time jobs, it was now time to gather materials once more. I really needed a lot of rocks, gold, stones, because I want to upgrade my tools as soon as possible, so I have an easier time collecting stuff. It's still so far, but yeah, I'm just dreaming of like upgrading all my tools. More part-time job as I expended all my stamina because, you know, we need money. The next day, Colin from the medical association then paid me a visit. He told me about this mailbox right here. And with this mailbox, I can put in extra potions that I have on stock and sell it. So we now have a new way of getting money instead of doing part-time jobs. We can just go hunting, foraging, and then make potions in order to sell it. And so with my abundance of materials from hunting so much, I can now make a lot of potions to sell. With this much potions to sell, I can basically upgrade one of my tools, I think. Anyways, back to our part-time job because I really need that gold to upgrade my tools. The next day, we had a new patient, and this time it was Cassandra. She is the wife of Osman. You know, the police chief, if you remember. Anyways, another way to determine a diagnosis was this Simon Says type-like minigame where you just need to follow whatever is lighting up and you will eventually find out what kind of disease she has. If only it was this easy in real life as well, right? I then headed out to the forest to collect materials in order to brew the potions that I need in order to cure Cassandra. I then talked to more villagers because I needed to befriend 3 people, so this is gonna take a while. Anyways, more part-time job for us. I totally forgot about my patient, but don't worry, we have like a 4-day window before they, you know, move to another doctor. I then visited the church because I know that there's a part-time job here as well, so I met this sister right here who introduced me to this part-time work of grinding some grapes into wine. This was pretty easy because I can smash both my mouse and the letter K. So look how fast this thing is. Easy 125 coins, I swear. I then visited my clinic to check out Cassandra, but did I actually cured her? I totally forgot. I don't remember. Well, that's good. It's time to grind some materials some more. This is basically my everyday life. I just grind materials, and once I'm exhausted, I go to town, talk to people, and then sleep. I made sure to always talk to the blacksmith every day because the more you have a relationship to the blacksmith, you have a chance to upgrade their smithy, which means we can further upgrade our tools once we have reached a certain level of it. Anyways, I have upgraded my sickle and now we have an iron sickle. So we just need more wood and stone and we can have an iron axe and iron hammer. I continued on with my part-time job as I need more gold. I also crafted a bunch of potions to sell for gold. The next day we had another patient, so of course I'm gonna treat this patient of ours. And after the treatment was done, another foraging adventure awaits us. This time with our iron sickle, it was way faster to gather herbs. Usually it would take like 4 hits, but now I only need to like slash it 3 times. Not only that, it also swings twice now. It's like a combo attack. So I guess the more we improve our weapon, the more swings it does. So having an improved weapon is really handy. I then went to the smithy after my foraging adventure and upgraded my axe into an iron axe. We only need to upgrade our hammer now and we will have all weapons into iron. So just a few more wood and stone and we will have all the iron gears we want. I had a lot of social aspects in the game because every time your relationship goes to a certain level in the game, you will have some cutscenes like this. Anyhow, I tried out the arcade. There were a bunch of mini games here. It was just a pretty fun time to time consume, I guess. And I wanted to get like the high score of this. It was a pretty simple game. Just feed Pochi food and don't feed it ore and then you will receive some score. And it seems the one with the highest score here was Osman. I just needed like 100 more points and I could have been number 1. Anyways, enough games. We need to do some part-time work because we're poor. The next day, there was no patient, so I just focused on gathering the stone and wood I needed to upgrade my hammer. Also, of course, part-time jobs. I also interacted with the people in town so I can help them solve their problems. Currently, there was a problem in the river where we need to get rid of certain slimes. So I told them that I could make a potion for this so I can remove the slimes in the water. Another feature of the game was researching. Basically, you just need to figure out how to get the floating slime potion. And with this, we have, research the potion. It's basically a very simple and basic research puzzle. It's not really a puzzle game. It's just a basic click, and eventually you'll finish the research. Alright, so now that we have the recipe to make the slime kisser, the item we need in order to remove the slimes from the water, it's time to make it. It took me a while before I figured out what are the good items to use in order to craft the slime kisser. If you see like the little green dots on my pot, it's how many items I can put in it. But I can upgrade this so I can unlock more slots. So now we have the slime kisser. We'll give this to Osman tomorrow. Next day, we had yet another patient at our clinic. So I of course diagnosed what's wrong with the patient, made the potion for her sickness, and successfully treated the patient. Let's go. Anyways, back to our quest. Currently, Osman was asleep, so I just sat on his table. Of him unaware, well, he has a really good night's rest. And now he suddenly woke up, so it's now time to talk to him. And so with the slime kisser, I have successfully removed all the slimes from the water. A job well done, I say. I then ventured out to the woods and collected more materials. And now I finally had enough to upgrade my hammer into an iron hammer. Let's go. So all I need to do now was build relationships with the blacksmith, and what the heck, there were more. So yeah, like I said, we could upgrade our cauldron, we could also expand our health. But my priority right now would be the tools. So talking to the blacksmiths, increasing our relationship with them so that they would want me to get the materials needed to upgrade their smithy would be available. The next day, treated another patient. It's good for gold, and also we want everyone to be healthy. That I had all iron weapons, I decided to forge stuff or gather stuff at the new area instead of the old one. It was way easier to smash rocks now that we have an iron hammer, easier to chop down trees now that we have an iron axe, and also easier to just kill enemies because of the iron tools. While exploring around, I suddenly got a cutscene right here with Mateo and Forrest. I wasn't really sure what they were looking at. It looks like some spiders eating some plants or something. Anyhow, after Mateo left the scene, I then told Forrest that I can investigate on this matter. Maybe I can make a potion that will get rid of the bugs. And exploring even further, I have found like a snow area at this place, and there seems to be a broken transportation device of some sort. A cable car, yes, that's the name of this thing. I think this is a cable car. Bubbles and Forrest told me that this thing keeps breaking, so we need to also investigate what we should do in order to prevent this from breaking again. But as well as they told me I cannot fix this until I got the permission badge level 2. So I first need to talk to Mayor. When I said permission badge, I mean approval badge 2. I then continued my exploration on the bottom part of the map until eventually I encountered this thing that's glowing in pink. I wasn't sure what this is, but this looks really poisonous. Forrest then came and explained to me that the residue was something left over by the previous chemist. So now I need to figure out a way on how to fix this. Once again, we'll need to talk to the mayor of town. As I went to the town hall, the mayor then showed me of this interesting rock, the moonstone. It is a unique rock and I don't really know how to get this, but I believe I need to look for 6 of them because there's like 6 tables here. She said that due to an unfortunate accident, many of the artifacts in town was missing. So yeah, we'll need to figure this out eventually and how we can collect these rocks. Anyways, I then talked to the mayor regarding the cable car at the glacier. So he explained to me that he will only promote me once I get like an approval from the medical association. And so we'll need to have the letter of recommendation from the medical association. I'm not really sure how to do this, but we'll eventually find out. Oh yeah, I recall I have a quest where I need to get some garbage bag for the community center, or I mean the town hall, and now we have completed this quest. Pretty simple, right? And we got some gold out of it. Okay, so I had Pochi track down Victor because we need his insect expertise regarding the plant that has been covered in cobwebs. And so I have shown him the insect that we have found around the plant, and he recognized this as frost mites. He told me about a certain harmless bug repellent because he doesn't want the bugs to die because he is an insect fanatic after all. So he asked me if I can make something similar that can make them go away without harming them. So yeah, I need to research about this. For now though, I went fishing because I had a quest to deliver 2 white meats again from the community center. I mean the town hall. So the town hall every Monday it resets so I can get more quests out of it. So yeah, quests are good to get gold. So I'll keep doing this every Monday. After that was all done, it was now time to harvest materials again. Also, if you haven't seen me fight the bulls, they're pretty easy to kill. Around 3 hits, I believe. Yeah, 3 hits and they die. They only look threatening, but they're pretty easy to defeat. As I continued my exploration, I eventually stumbled upon some place called the barren wasteland. So yeah, same as this snow place, I can't really proceed because there's something that's blocking the way. And to do this or to fix this, I need an approval badge 3. So I guess this comes after the snow area. Anyways, back to researching regarding the annoying bug so we would have the insect repellent. Pretty simple, just trying to mix match elements and then we'll eventually finish our research and get the recipe in order to make the repellent. And after slapping in the right material in order to fill up the puzzle thingy pieces, I have made myself the bug repellent. So it's called the frostmite repellent. I also made the vial in order to remove the residue left by the previous chemist called the iris vial. So it's only now time to go back to the mayor and tell him all about this. And so we headed to the residue where I will use the iris vial in hopes that this will work and we can revive the flowers or the plants that have been destroyed. And we have successfully done it, and they were amazed and I'm also amazed. And then some random flowers and herbs have sprouted on the ground. So with this, we now can gather those herbs that have sprouted. So these things were called rainbow dew. And they're pretty good at making potions because they cover like a 2x2 block. So basically a square. So it's really good for covering a lot of space. Anyway, since I still had a lot of energy to spare, I decided to gather a lot of resources here in preparation for when the blacksmith will upgrade. Not only that, I also used the frostmite repellent on the flowers that is being eaten by the termite, and now we can also harvest these. Paris was pretty surprised with the result, so yeah, now we can harvest these herbs as well. But since I don't have any more stamina, I'll just harvest them tomorrow once I have stamina regenerated after sleeping. The next day, Collins from the Medical Association then paid me a visit. He said that he will put me up for promotion, and I think after doing this, we'll get a letter of recommendation to have our approval badge promoted as well to tier 2. Need to do a certain task and they will give me the letter of recommendation. And so after they left, I immediately went on to researching whatever they wanted me to research. So the thing they wanted me to make is something called a blue blood. All I need to do now was just to make this thing. The rainbow dew honestly made it so easy because look at the 4 giant squares. And with this, we have finished the quest. All we need to do now was talk to Xiao and tell them that I have finished the quest. For now though, I prioritized the patient that was in my clinic. It was Sister Sucelia. Anyways, I have diagnosed her and made her the potion she needed in order to get healthy again. And with this, our treatment is completed. I then went to the town hall and submitted to Collins the concoction that I have made, the blue blood. And after inspecting the blue blood, they said I have passed the test. So let's go, I'm up for promotion. Also, by completing this quest, I have unlocked new recipes for potions. Next up, I decided to go to the smithy and upgrade my cauldron. I was very curious to find out if it would change in appearance or something. And so I had Runeheart upgraded, and as you can see, it did change a bit. Also, this will make my life a bit easier because now I can put more ingredients in my cauldron. I then harvested a few more of those rainbow juice as these are really good plants for potion making. And gathering other materials like wood, stone, and other herbs I can use. I also expanded my health bar so I can survive more in the wild. The next day, Colin paid me a visit. Anyhow, he was just here to give us the letter of recommendation and they were happy with everything that's going so far. So with this, we can now go to the mayor and get our approval badge tier 2. Anyhow, since it was still very early in the morning, it was now time to collect resources again. The town hall doesn't open not until 8 AM, but since it's Sunday, it's always closed on a Sunday, so we'll need to wait for the next day. Instead, I just talked to random people in town to build up some relationships. And finally, it is now Monday. So for now, I gathered resources because like I said, it's always very early in the morning. Our character wakes up at 6 AM and everything is mostly closed at around that time. So I spend most of it searching for items in the forest. And then once I head to town, I will straight up go to the town hall and talk to the mayor. It seems I have built up enough friendship status or friendship points with Xiao that I had an event with him where he talked about his books. So at the very least, we have achieved one of our goal in our quest to befriend 3 villagers. So this is gonna be 1 out of 3. Also, I then talked to the mayor. It was finally time to give him the letter of recommendation so we can get promoted. And with this, we have been promoted and now we can go and fix the cable car that's broken. Alright, so the next day again, we have a patient on our clinic. It was Xiao this time. He had like 3 illness right now. It wasn't really hard, but it's starting to get annoying because these minigames are pretty slow to process. I mean, if there was a way to make this faster and more difficult, I guess it would be like more challenging. But yeah, it's the definition of a cozy game. We're just playing very chill. Anyways, after diagnosing Xiao and making all the potions he needed to be treated, we can now go to the cable car. Upon arriving at the area, I see Bubbles and Forest discussing how this cable car keeps getting broken. Anyways, they gave me the broken cog to show to Opal Heart, one of the blacksmith, in order to figure out why this thing keeps breaking. I also check what I needed in order to fix this thing. It seems I need to farm more wood and stone. I already have enough gold to fix this thing, so I just need to give the cog to Opal Heart and gather more wood and stone. As I went inside the smithy, I can see the daughter and mother, I guess motherly love, discussing about how the daughter is not doing well, do better or something. Anyways, I believe it was one of the events because I maxed both of these characters already. Just need to increase the amount of friendship we have with them. Right, so I gave Opal Heart the broken cogs, so we'll need to figure out what's happening. So they recommend me to visit a guy in the farm called Luck because he somehow has a really bright mind to invent some stuff. And so I visited Luck, talked to him, and shown him the cog and an old cable car blueprint in hopes that he can come up with something new that would make the cable car more sturdy or something. Thankfully, he managed to think up of something, so now we have a new cable car blueprint. I decided to hold off the cable car for now and just socialize with people at the bar. Afterwards, it was time to sleep. I held off the quest for tomorrow. There is always another day. The next day, we had a patient at the clinic. So yeah, I cured Victor after inspecting, playing the minigame, and making the potion. Also, the mayor paid us a visit. He wanted to show me how the community appreciates me on what I'm doing and how I am helping them, so they cleaned up the area for me. And now our outside looks cleaner than ever. I then gathered the remaining stone and wood that I needed in order to fix the cable car. I then went around town to finish some of the relationship events so that I can increase the friendship of these random people in town. Also, I have talked and given Opal Heart all the materials she needed in order to make the new cog for the cable car. Anyhow, the next day, I had a new patient on my clinic once more. So this was Marielle. She only had one sickness, so that's good. I easily remedied her problem with a cerulean scrub. And with this, we have treated her successfully. Anyhow, back to gathering the resources we need in order to fix the cable car. So that's a lot of rocks and a lot of wood. And upon going to the cable car, it seems I already have all the materials I needed in order to fix this. So it's now time to repair this thing. The rangers then assisted me with this, and now we have a fully functional cable car. I of course immediately tried it out so I can go to the other side. It was honestly a pretty short ride. It's just going to the other side. So now that we have arrived to the other side, it's time to activate the teleportation device so we can just teleport straight here. Anyhow, there are so many things here, like this new rock. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't really have the energy anymore to chop wood, to smash rocks, and to gather herbs. So I just wanted to look around to see what I can find here. So after completing a quest from Opal Heart, I have increased our friendship to this green smiley thing. Basically like level 2 friendship. Level 1 was like the blue poker face looking smiley. Anyhow, I continued interacting with the villagers, and here we need to face off Russo with his high score. Russo was the kid that you saw inside the room. Anyways, this is a whack nut mole. So I just need to score a lot and I will 100% beat that guy. And upon completing the game, my score was 3,400, which means I have the top score. Let's go. He was pretty bitter about it, but yeah, whatever. I won. You lose, kid. Hehehe. Anyways, the next day, it seems I have already earned like Pochi's maximum friendship level. So he learned a new skill of finding stuff on the ground. So here we have a scene where Victor had buried some bones and Pochi discovered them and digged them out. And then I went back to the Snow Mountains. This is called the Snow Mountains. I'm not really sure what to call this place. But yeah, the Snow Mountains. So I gathered all the materials here. The rocks and the trees here give like a lot of stone and wood. So we won't be having any trouble gathering stone and wood anymore. There's also like new types of monsters like this thing right here. It's like I'm not sure how to describe this. So that one was like a fruit that shoots fruit, and this one is like a fly with a tongue that gives like an ominous tongue. That's cool. That fly will lick us to death or something. There are also these humanoid like enemies with a sword and shield, but we easily took care of it with our axe. I also found a cave here called the Glaze Grotto. I couldn't really fish here because it required like, I don't know, bait level 4 or something. It's called a hyper worm and advanced fishing rod. I don't have that advanced of a fishing rod. I just have the simple one that gets like the white meat. Anyhow, now that I don't really have that much stamina anymore, I just decided to explore around. And I see a lot of interesting things like that mole over there. That thing that we slap at the whack-a-mole game. But the most important thing I wanted to do was just activate the portals. Also got a little cutscene here which showed me another one of those chemist leftovers before they left or something. So I guess I need to fix this as well. So we'll need to talk to Mayor about this. Actually, no. Bubbles actually went there and talked to me, and he said to speak to Osman. So it seems Osman's dad had like some documents regarding that thing. So I talked to Osman about it, but we need to fix his cabinet first. And so the next day I went to bulk and build. It is an area where woodwork is being done. So yeah, we'll be speaking with Rainer regarding Osman's cabinet. Also, I can see here that I can upgrade or fix my clinic, my house, and the Dropbox. So this is something to look forward to, but it requires a lot of gold, wood, and stone. So that's gonna be tough. Anyways, I spoke with Rainer, and in order to fix Osman's old drafting table, I'll need to get him some saps. So the only thing I need now was to get the sweet tasting sap from one of the big trees in the Snow Mountain area. Actually, these things were pretty sturdy even with my iron axe. I'll need to have the smithy upgrade as soon as I can, so I'll have an easier time chopping down wood and also smashing rocks in the snow area. So the grind continued for a while because I also needed some gold nugget and some timber fruit for another quest. Anyhow, now that I have gathered all the sap that Rainer needed, I then talked to him and gave him everything that he wanted. I was actually wrong with that quest because that quest actually upgraded the carpentry shop. So it wasn't actually Osman's stable. So maybe this one called the cold residue was Osman's stable. And I was right. I actually gathered all the materials for that quest as well. So yeah, at least we've finished both the quests. Rainer said it won't be done until tomorrow, so okay, we'll be finishing this quest up tomorrow instead. And as I stepped out of the house, Rainer greeted me early that morning and gave me the key for that cabinet. First though, I needed to treat the patient that was in my clinic before I proceed with my quest. And since it was too early before the police station was open, I just gathered some materials first and I can head back there once I have depleted all my energy. And once everything was done, we then opened the cabinet so Osman can give me the documents. And with the documents left by Osman's father, I can now research about a potion that could solve the residue. And so the solution to this problem was a potion called the White Breeze. I need the specific materials needed in order to complete this puzzle. Took me a while to put the pieces together, but with this, we can now make the White Breeze. I then went back to the mountains and then used the White Breeze. And upon using the White Breeze, we have surely cured the land, and now a bunch of flowers have bloomed. Plants. So it's now time to harvest the fruits of our labor and see what kind of herb this is. So it's called the Yggdrasil. a legendary plant, I believe, in Norse mythology. I'm not entirely sure, so don't take my word for it. Anyways, probably because of our achievement on curing the cold residue, another person from the medical association then paid us a visit again. So Moira paid us a visit. She wanted to test us again in order to get our next promotion. So we have another thing to research again and craft a potion, then talk to Xiao again in order for us to upgrade our license. It was simple enough to research everything that we need to research about. As for the potion, since I only upgraded my cauldron like one time, we only had like 6 slots to put. So I need to make sure I'm using the right pieces so we have enough to finish this thing. Anyways, once I was done with that, it was finally time to resume our resource gathering session. I then submitted some materials that Opal Heart has requested, and I believe this one would upgrade the smithy. And so with the materials that I have collected, they will now fix some stuff in their shop, which would then enable them to upgrade my tools even further. So we can now upgrade our tools to the steel tier. Good thing I had enough to upgrade one of my tools. Hopefully I can upgrade another one, and yes, I have upgraded both my axe and hammer to steel. So I only need some gold in order to upgrade my sickle to steel as well. I then met with the medical association people again after giving Xiao the potion that I have made for their test. So Collins was a pretty nice guy who called us a special chemist because we've been successfully passing their test as well as solving some problems for the town. Anyhow, we have finished the quest and now we have learned a bunch of new potion recipes. The next day, Moira paid me a visit just to hand over a letter of recommendation. So nice, I guess we're gonna improve our approval badge again. I then interacted with a lot of people in the village in order to increase my relationship with them. This one is a certain quest that enhances his muscle. We had a quest where he had to lift all of these boxes to another area, but he didn't have enough strength, so I made him a potion that would give him the strength of a really strong man. But it's only temporary though. Anyways, I then went to the smithy and upgraded my sickle into a steel sickle. Let's go, we now have all the steel items. The only thing left now was to increase our relationship with the blacksmith so we can improve their smithy once more and unlock the next tier of weapons. And so with my new tools, I went back to the snow mountains to gather a lot of random materials. So if you notice, I can successfully slice 3 times straight now because of the new upgrade. Totally forgot to introduce this golden beetle fellow. But anyways, just like the other beetles, you just need to smack them with a hammer and eventually they will succumb to their death. After I went home, I then crafted myself a potion that would remove some maggot, one of the problems for the farmers. So yeah, here it is, the maggot removal. The next day, something crazy happened. For some reason, there were so many sick people for today. Like, what? I'll need to do a lot of work in order to cure everyone. And so first, I slowly diagnosed everyone, whatever their sickness is. And then crafted all the potions needed in order to give it to everyone. And there were so many potions I had to make because, you know, each of them either had like 2 or 3 diseases on them. So yeah, we need a lot of potions. But that would also mean we can get a lot of money out of this. Anyways, after I was done crafting the potions, I slowly cured the patients one by one. After all that was done, it's time to gather more materials again. The next day, I was very thankful that I only had 1 patient because I got really tired of curing like 6 people in a day. That was crazy. Anyways, more farming on day 33. I interacted with Ruit today in order to help her regarding her garden problems. I just need to make some fertilizer, which was fairly simple. I just needed to use the right materials. And yeah, we can easily make this fertilizer. Guess what? On day 34, more farming, of course. Aside from that, I stumbled upon this dying plant on a weirdly looking soil. Bubble then saw me in this place and told me that this plant is a cold bloom. I told her that I wanted to restore this flower, so yeah, she's fine with me taking this dead one to check it out and research about it. Anyways, I reshoot my grind because, you know, the more materials I have, the more potions I can make, the more money I can make. After returning to town, I then had an encounter with Bubbles and Rainer right here, where they talk about a grow box. The grow box is basically these, just besides my cauldron. What it used to do is grow some plants in it. So yeah, we're gonna have Rainer fix this for us. Aside from that, we also had another encounter with another person in the village. Yeah, so many interactions, right? Because I've been talking a lot of NPCs here, and I built up a lot of relationships, so that's why there are so many events that are triggering. Anyways, back to the potion that we have made, the maggot removal thingy. So it seems like the maggot problem is gone because of my potions, and the sheep ate all the grass that was on the wooden table thingy. After a long day of socializing, I then went home and researched about the cold bloom. And after researching about it, I then tried to craft something called a liquid fertilizer that will enable the cold bloom to bloom once more. Anyways, on day 35, I continued my grind for materials. I don't really know how much I need, but the more I have, the easier it would be to upgrade our stuff once the smithy upgrades. On day 36, I finally remembered about the cold bloom. Totally forgot about it, but we're back here again. And it seems our potion was a success because the cold blooms were blooming once more. I of course immediately harvested everything, and I will deliver one to Marielle. For now though, I went to the smithy because I really want to increase my relationship with them so we can upgrade the smithy. Afterwards, since I had an abundance of gold, wood, and stone, I decided to upgrade my clinic. Upgrading my clinic would mean new recipes and such. Also, it increases my income. I'm not entirely sure if anything changed. It looks the same, but probably the insides changed. And so with this, we have upgraded our clinic to tier 1. So let's try tier 2. Maybe something changed as well. And yes, as you can see, it looks much cleaner than before. They have fixed the roof. That's pretty good. Let's go. So probably the insides would be nicer now as well. Anyways, more social interaction again today, and I swear to God, my social battery is draining. I am introverted IRL, introverted in the game as well. Now that we have fixed most of the shenanigans at the snow mountain, it was now time to think about the next area of interest, which would be this thing right here, which is blocking the way. So the geyser. Bubble and Forrest then told me that I can't access the area yet and that I need permission from the mayor, but little did they know I already have the letter of recommendation. I just need to upgrade my approval badge, so all I need to do now was visit mayor. Before I do so, I wanted to expend all my stamina so I don't need to think about coming back to the forest again to collect resources. And if you remember the cold bloom, it was actually a quest for Marielle right here, the mayor's wife. So I showed her the cold bloom. She was pretty happy about it because it looks so pretty. She didn't know it was on a terrible condition not till now that I told her. So the mayor was shocked to see that one of the herbs that were supposed to be extinct is now back. And as I was on my way home, I see that the mayor and the other townspeople were fixing the lamp just near my clinic. So wow, this is an improvement. Thank you guys for cleaning first the land and then now fixing the lamps. Day 38, I just grinded some low-level materials because I was running out of these. I frequently use this because their pieces are too good to use on like crafting potions. And after gathering a considerable amount of herb, I then went back to the snow mountains because the wood and the stones here give the most amount. I then talked to the mayor afterwards because I wanted to talk to him regarding the geyser. I wanted to fix it so that I can cross to the next area. So he told me to go to the smithy and see if they can fix or solve the problem. He also said he would need a new or another letter of recommendation, and I already have one if you remember. The medical association gave it to me after I passed their test. So all I need to do now is just talk to Mayor again and show him the letter of recommendation. And that's what I did. I then spoke to Mayor again, and with this we have been promoted to approval badge number 3. For now, I chilled a bit and went fishing because I needed more white meat for my quest. The next day, I had yet another patient, and this time, the cures that they need are pretty advanced. So that's why each time I cure a patient, I get like a lot of gold. Like for this one, I got 840 gold. So this is a good way to earn money now. Afterwards, I spent most of the day just grinding, farming wood, stone, and other materials that monsters also drop, and other herbs that I can find. I never really explored the forest after unlocking like the fast travel points. So while walking around the forest towards the forest, I had an event here with Bubbles where she tells me that she sells materials. It seems like we can just buy the materials we can find in the forest, but oh my god, it's expensive. I'd rather just farm them myself. It's harder to get the gold than get the materials instead. Everyday life is just currently a repetition of curing patients, making some potions, and grinding some resources. So aside from that, nothing really interesting happens. But if something does happen, you will know. Alright, if you liked the video so far, don't forget to click that like and subscribe button. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Not entirely sure if I showed this to you guys already, but there's this minigame as well. In order to diagnose a patient, you just need to avoid the virus-looking things and you are the green dot. So yeah, with this, we have successfully diagnosed our patient and we can find out what kind of potion would work for him or her. Anyways, after curing the patient, it's grinding time again. So right now, all I really need is to get some rare materials in order to proceed with my quest and in order to fix the geyser down there. I of course never forget to interact with the blacksmiths and other townspeople so I can improve their facilities. And since I had a surplus of money, wood, and stone, I just decided to upgrade my cauldron to further have more slots so I don't have any problems with matching some potions if ever I need more circle slots. Anyways, I upgraded this thing twice and it looks pretty cool now. Just look at it. It gets more and more detail as I upgrade it, and now it looks like it has a stair. Alright, cool. And went to the barren wasteland again to check out the geyser, and Bubbles and Forest saw me there as well. We talked about how this thing exploded. It was because I guess the piping of this thing couldn't handle the heat, so I need to find someone with an expertise on piping and hot water, so that we could fix this without any recurring problems in the future. For now, more grinding again for stone and wood because I have depleted my resource upon upgrading my cauldron. Afterwards, I spoke with Yorn about the piping problems at the barren wasteland. It's because Forest and Bubble said that Yorn handled all his piping problems himself, so he might be an expert on this. But instead of him solving this himself, he told me to go see Olive, an owner of a hot spring. So yeah, that makes sense. She should be an expert regarding hot water and pipings. So I spoke with Olive about it. For now, let's take a break. So I'm not really sure if people are wearing swimsuits here, but I guess it's an open house bath. Interesting. Taking a bath actually replenished most of my HP and energy, so I came back to the snow mountains to gather more materials. Similar to the previous day, I also gathered more materials on day 44. Afterwards, even with my social battery being low, I still interacted with a lot of people in town. Alright, so back to our main quest, I then gave Yorn the pipes manual that Olive made. After checking the manual, he said he could put it together for us. He just needed the material. So that's where I come in and collect the material. I also checked out how many materials I need in order to fix this thing. And oh my god, the amount of wood and stone it needs is a lot. So we gotta start farming that as well. It took a while, but I finally had enough material and gave it to Yorn. And now he had made us the pipe that is way firmer and way stronger. And so the only thing left now was to collect stones. Just a few more stones and we should be able to fix this. And with enough materials on hand, it was finally time to fix this. Bubbles and Forest then assisted me regarding this. And so they had started fixing the thing, and now we can finally cross to the other side. Let's go. I of course activated the travel point so we can come here anytime we want and fast. And I was pretty surprised to see that there were a bunch of these really hard wood, really hard rock, and these giant bull monster, which was pretty dang tanky and strong. Just look at the amount of HP drop when I got hit. This thing was tough, I swear. I should avoid this if I can. It's not really aggressive. It only attacks if you attack them first. The amount of wood and stone that I get in this area is so big. Like each wood that I get from this tree gives like plus 10 each. So that's about, let's see, plus 50 per tree. And the thicker one gives even more. I swear to God, this place is really dangerous. I need to upgrade my health as soon as I can because there's so many threats here that I'm just scared. I need to run away. I should just expand or use my stamina somewhere else because I might die here. Anyways, upon smashing this rock, it seems one of the items that I need in order to upgrade the smithy was in these rocks right here. So that's pretty good to know. We really need to upgrade our tools as well as our HP. So I guess grinding wood and stone is going to be my agenda for the next following days. Day 48 was similar to yesterday. I just grinded materials, and as much as possible I tried to learn how the enemies attack so I can counter them and avoid them at all costs. Remember that dog-like man creature with a small shield? Now we see one of its like stronger version. Very big. Also, looky, we have a cutscene here. Another remnant of the chemist that they left that we need to figure out on how to solve this. Forrest then suddenly appeared behind me, and yeah, he told me so that I should like avoid this place for some reason, but I really want to investigate about this place. Anyways, continuing my foraging adventures, we continued slashing some herbs, smashing some rocks, and cutting down trees. And look at this. I was surprised to see that there was like a shark monster here. Well, I'm safe, so it's fine, I guess. After that was over, I spent some time socializing with people once more because, you know, I would like that better facilities after all. Also, I gave Opal Heart the materials that she needed in order to upgrade the smithy. So yeah, with this, we can now improve our tools. They immediately worked on fixing the anvil, and upon fixing this anvil, we have unlocked the new upgrades for our tools. Yay! We won't struggle chopping wood or random things anymore with these upgrades, but as you can see, the amount of items it needs in order to upgrade is a lot. So at the very least, we can upgrade an axe into a mithril axe. We'll need to chop even more wood, grind more stones, and we'll eventually get all the mithril tools. Day 49 was pretty chill, just the same old where I cure someone and make some potions for them. And then we resume our resource gathering because my primary goal right now really was to upgrade my tools. Remember those threatening looking dudes? They are rather easily beaten with the mithril axe, but yeah, I'm also dying at the same time. Just look at my HP draining so fast. I need to grind somewhere else for now since I don't have any more HP. And looky, the day has finally came. We have upgraded our hammer to a mithril hammer. The only thing remaining now is our sickle. Also our health and the potion cauldron, of course. Oh yeah, totally forgot about it, but it was time we reported to Meyer about the chemical residue that we have found in the barren wasteland. So we'll need to figure out how to fix this. Anyways, he told me to investigate more regarding the case, and he has given me some documents about it. Hopefully we can do some research and solve this problem. On day 51, I realized I had some gold problems, so I started making a lot of potions and selling them. Afterwards, same as usual, the repetitive collecting of wood and stone. I then found what looks like a hidden hideout or something. This looks like a cave, but it's currently covered in rubble or something. So we'll need to figure out a way how to get inside. Before the day ended, I then went to the blacksmith shop and upgraded my site to mithril. So now we have all mithril tools. The only thing left to upgrade now is our health and cauldron. Anyways, taking a break from all the grind, I decided to interact with most of the people in town. And yeah, it's nice to know about their life and situation. Also, this poor guy was actually a former really good businessman of some sort, but he chose the life he has right now and he is happy with it. Anyways, I resumed my material collecting adventure. And also, look at these mage enemies. They're very easy to defeat, just 4 slashes. They're just very annoying because they throw like fireballs in your face. As I progress even deeper in the barren wasteland, I saw that there are these dying plants surrounded by these purple looking mushrooms. Bubbles then suddenly appeared out of nowhere and asked what I'm doing here. So she explains that these are black lotuses, but yeah, as you can see, they're dying. And that there are unusual fungus surrounding it. So okay, our job is to figure out how to fix this. And so we can like harvest the black lotuses. So back to the current goal of grinding. So these shark or crocodile looking things that dive in the sand, they only spawn like 2 of them per day and I need like a lot of them. So I'll be frequenting this area in order to hunt those 2 until we get like, I don't know, 5 for one of our quests and another 10 pieces for another quest. So yeah, it's gonna take a while. And now upon returning home, I then researched about the black lotus. And after finishing my research, I decided to go to bed and just make the potion to fix the problem tomorrow. So the potion we need to make is called a fungi duster. As you can see, it's pretty big, but we have a lot of slots of ingredients to place now. So it's not really a problem to figure out what I should be putting inside. The only problem was I can only use like water type recipes. So yeah, I need to think about this a lot. And after a bit of brainstorming, I managed to solve the puzzle thingy, which I inserted most of my ingredients and made the fungi duster. Before I actually gave this to Bubble, I decided to hunt those sharks again as well as collect the resources that was near the plants. I should honestly just went to Bubble and like, you know, be done with this. Well, after I've depleted my stamina, I then went to Bubbles and used the fungi buster. Now all the fungi was gone and out comes the flowers. Let's go. I then harvested the black lotus as I need like 3 of these for a certain quest. I also finished a certain quest which enabled me to upgrade the carpentry shop to another level. So now we have carpenter upgrade number 2. So we can improve more of our clinic and the other houses, stations or something. It's very expensive though. I don't think I have the extra materials to actually do this right now. I prioritized the cauldron first because I'm very curious on what it would look like. But yeah, let us repair the grow boxes so we can start planting some seeds and grow some plants on our own. Bubble then introduced us on how we're going to do this. So because we have unlocked this, we now have a certain quest where we need to look for a certain amount of a specific plant. Then we will get the seed to be able to plant. Right, so the next day, same agenda as the previous days. I just really need the materials right now to upgrade stuff. Also, I'm running out of gold, so I might focus on getting herbs instead to craft potions. Like the other previous days, we also target the 2 sharks because, yeah, those things are pretty rare, so every day I should really kill 2 of them. I then finished a quest called the Drake Aloe. So I gave all the razor fins and the other materials to Runeheart. The razor fins are the one from the shark that are really hard to get because you can only get like 2 a day. I'm just glad that I finished that one. So the next one is I need to collect 10 more of those. So we'll need to pass like 5 more days in order to finish the quest. For now, I needed some money, so I crafted a bunch of random potions that I could sell so we can earn the money to upgrade our clinic and our house. And the grind continues again the next day. And since I had some extra money, I decided to upgrade my health bar because I'm always close to death on the barren wasteland. So it's always nice to have more HP. I then finally made time to learn about how to get some seeds in order to put on our grower. So in here, you just need to collect some plants and eventually you will unlock the seeds that Bubble will give you. Right, remember the iron fins that we've been collecting lately? I actually made it into an iron fin pickaxe with the help of Runeheart. So now it's time to mine that giant rock that's blocking like the cave. Upon mining the rocks, we have found an entrance. And taking a look inside, it seems like an abandoned research facility or something. I mean, abandoned research camp, I guess, because it's not a facility if it's this small. I then found a bunch of papers stating that they were trying to save the plants here in Moonberry Island. But since the people did not want them to stay, they couldn't really finish their job and just left just like that. And just look at my planter box. There are now growing basils here. So each plant has a different cycle of day that they will grow. And I mistakenly changed the plant inside. So now it's back to day 1. As I step out of my house, Xiao suddenly just appeared out of nowhere. He said it was urgent, so I followed him. I don't know how they got the news, but everyone gathered at the town hall discussing about how bad the chemists are. I think Mateos is the one leading these like angry mobs or something, but as far as I know, everyone doesn't really hate us. I mean, I have befriended a lot of them already, except for some which isn't really near my house. So I guess they don't really have a good opinion of me yet. Anyways, a lot of people defended me as the chemist. I'm not like the chemist from the past. But yeah, the chemists from the past did not really do anything wrong. They were trying to fix the problem, but everyone just doesn't know about that. Anyways, they asked me why I'm willing to help the town. And I told them it's because I'm part of their community now. I live there. That's why I help them. Anyways, after all that talk, I decided to continue my grinding journey because I still need a bunch of these shark horns or something and a bunch more wood and stone to upgrade my clinic, my house, and other stuff. The next day, it was another pandemic, and when I saw my clinic, there were like 4 people lying down in bed like, okay, so much work again today. I of course diagnosed everyone and will heal them with my potions. I earned a lot of money from doing this because most of them needed like advanced potions now. The more advanced the potion is, the more expensive and the more money they will pay. I then went back to the cave so we can investigate whatever was inside here. Anyways, it seems that Opal Heart can fix this machine right here. We just need to make a certain potion that would clean the water. And with clean water, all the plant life that have died would surely be healthy again. So my task in this whole ordeal is to make the potion that could make the water clean. For now, I resumed farming materials again so that I can upgrade everything that I need to upgrade. I then started my research on the cleaning solution that we need to make in order to clean the water. Upon completing our research, we'll need to craft something called a glowing purified water. But I think I need to hunt materials in order to finish this kind of puzzle. Because I'm needing like 1 sap. I only have 1 here and I need like 2. And so the next day, I gathered a bunch of fire element materials and also some random materials that I come along the way. I also decided to focus on gathering even more materials so that I can upgrade my cauldron, meaning more slots for me, making it easier for me to make the glowing purified water. I tried solving this, but it's really hard with limited slots. I think I really need to upgrade my cauldron first before I try this again. Now, I just decided to further enhance my relationship with everyone in town. Because my daily task right now was just to farm some wood and stone in order to upgrade my cauldron. I don't really want to go through much on NPC interactions since the stories are pretty long. So basically, I increased my friendship level with almost everyone in the town. On day 62, we're back on the grind for wood and stones because I really want to fully upgrade my cauldron, also fully upgrade my clinic and my house. That's currently the only goal I have right now that's driving me to keep grinding. Anyways, I had upgraded my cauldron to upgrade number 4 and look at this transformation. There are metal bars now on the floorings, if you noticed. And for its final upgrade, I need 3,000 wood and 2,400 stones. Like, what? But at least I have the money. I just need the materials. And with a recent upgrade to our cauldron, I finally managed to make myself the glowing purified water. I now had enough slots in order to... Wait, actually, I did not even use the whole slot. But yeah, I made the glowing purified water. Let's go. I then told Mayor that I have done making the purified water. And so everyone headed to the cave, and now it's time for the moment of truth. Drum roll, please. And the water is purified. And with this, we now have saved the dying plant. And I'm pretty sure it will grow eventually in the field. And look, Forest came in a hurry and is asking everyone to come outside, so I'm assuming something's happening. And yeah, I was right. An aloe grew in the ground and more keeps sprouting one by one. So we have successfully cured the residue here. Is cured the right word? I'm not sure. Fix or... yeah, fix. And after all that event, everyone then went to the tavern and celebrated the achievement that everyone has done. We have restored life to the aloe that was dying in Moonberry. And I think I have mostly finished everything that I need to finish in the story part of this game. I'm not sure. I just need to build some relationships with the people now because I have like the max level of tools and everything else. So the only thing I need to do is max out my house, max out my clinic, max out my health, max out my cauldron, everything I haven't maxed yet, I guess. I also did not forget to interact with all the villagers in this place so I can increase my relationships with them as well. But the priority right now was to get the max level cauldron, house, and clinic because I just wanted to see how they look like. Next day, I then had a visit from the medical association people. They said that because I have accomplished a lot of things already, they wanted to give me one last test. Also, forgot to mention, I actually fixed the kitchen part of my house here. Now I can try cooking. So food in this game, it can heal both your HP and stamina depending on the food. So it's pretty good to have a kitchen, I believe. Also started researching about the third chemistry test. I held off making the potion for now as I focus on grinding wood and stone. The next day though, I felt motivated to finish my test. So I started mix matching some ingredients and I have made the angel wine that they have requested. Since it was still very early and the town hall was closed, I decided to grind some more. I then went to the town hall to submit to Xiao the angel wine that I have made. I have shown the medical association the angel wine that I have made and they were amazed of what I have made. And with this, we have finished our third chemistry test. Let's go. I then went to Rainer's shop and upgraded my clinic to renovation number 3. And look at it. There's no more weeds on the roof and it looks like it's mostly fixed. Curious what the inside would look like, but let me show you guys once we're done with the carpenter shop. Oh, and I guess we reach max level with this. So the only thing we need to upgrade now is our house and our post drop box upgrade. So this is what the inside of the clinic looks like now. It looks pretty clean, high tech. We have exhaust. We have like non-broken glass on the ivy drips. That's pretty cool compared to when we first started. The next day, the medical association then visited me and Collins here said that they are waiting at the clinic. They were here to announce the result of yesterday's angel wine. I already know the results since they accepted the wine, but anyways, I have passed the test. And they rewarded me with a medical association badge. There will be no more future tests, we already have the badge. So I guess we have achieved the greatest achievement for the medical association part. Also, we have learned new potion recipes. Cool. Anyways, after all that shenanigans, it was now time to grind again because there's still a lot of things that I want to upgrade. Day 70, more grinding. Also, upon returning to town and going to the smithy, I now had all the money and material needed in order to upgrade our cauldron to the max level. And this is what it looks like now. I'm not really sure if they upgraded the cauldron or the flooring, but yeah, this is the max level cauldron that we have. So the only thing left now was to upgrade our health, and I guess we'll do this last. For now, I want to focus on upgrading my house. Alright, another thing. I have reached a certain friendship level that turned their happy face into hearts. So I'm assuming this is the romanceable level already. Well, anyways, we have reached max level of friendship. Anyways, the grind continues. Day 72 is the same. The grind continues. I of course also did other stuff like interacting with people as well, but yeah, not so much as grinding.
The grind never stops. More wood, more stone.
Anyways, I should have gathered enough materials already to fully upgrade my house, hopefully, crossing my fingers. For the upgrade on the house, I'm not entirely sure what changed here. It looks the same to my eyes. I think just the broken cracks got disappeared or something. The next thing I upgraded was the post drop box. I just wanted to see how this thing will transform after upgrading. It became bigger and looked more cleaner, so that's pretty impressive. Since I still had enough money to upgrade my house one more time, I chose to upgrade the house. And as you can see, the left side part of the house got fixed. It doesn't look broken anymore. Alright, so there are two more things that we need to upgrade. The post drop box and our health. And after that, no more grinding. I guess we can still continue the grind to just get, furnitures. Anyway, since we were poor, it was now time to make a lot of potions and sell them for money. Look at the amount of money we can make from selling all these syringes. Yeah. And the agenda for today, more grinding, of course. Grind! Talk to NPCs and socialize. Also, I have achieved max health with this final upgrade. Let's go! Everything is now max on the smithy. We have nothing else to upgrade. More socializing. And then back to the grind again. And again. And then become a really great wingman by setting all this up for the husband and wife, Osman and Cassandra. Afterwards, I grinded some more. And more. Until finally, I wanted to check if I had enough materials and money in order to fully upgrade our post box. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger as we upgrade it some more. And yes, we did it. Max level on the post box and everything else. So the only thing left now was, furnitures and stuff. Aside from that, there's also the socializing aspect in the game. But really, all my motivations are gone because my social battery is now 0 in the game. I have already achieved the results I wanted, which was to upgrade everything that I had on my position. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed your stay here. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe button. Bye now!